You are not here by accident. This moment, this message, this divine truth, it was meant for you. From the beginning of time, before you even took your first breath, God had already chosen you. He set you apart, placed His hand upon your life, and marked you for something greater. You may have felt ordinary, overlooked, or even unworthy at times, but let me tell you something. God does not make mistakes. He does not choose randomly. He selects with purpose, and His purpose for you is unfolding in ways that you can't even imagine yet. Right now, you are stepping into the truth of who you really are, and it's time to celebrate. You have been called into a life of divine favor, a life of breakthrough, a life where the struggles of the past are replaced with the blessings of the present. The battles you've fought, the tears you've cried, the hardships you've endured, they were not for nothing. They were the process, the preparation, the training ground for the elevation that is happening right now. The weight you've been carrying, the burdens that have tried to break you, they are being lifted. This is the moment when the shift begins. The moment when the doors that seemed locked forever start to open. When the prayers that felt unanswered start to manifest. When everything that was working against you suddenly turns in your favor. Because when God selects you, no force on earth, no power of darkness, no obstacle in your path can stop what He has ordained. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, as if no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to move forward. Maybe life has felt like a constant uphill battle, one challenge after another, with no clear end in sight. But let me tell you this, being chosen does not mean an easy path, but it does mean a victorious one. The reason you've faced so much resistance is because of the anointing on your life. The enemy only attacks what he sees as a threat. The world may have tried to convince you that you're not special, that you're just another person trying to make it through life, but deep down, you have always known that there was something different about you. There was always a voice inside of you telling you that you were meant for more. God's selection is not about perfection, it's about purpose. He didn't choose you because you had everything figured out. He didn't choose you because you were the strongest, the most qualified, or the most prepared. He chose you because of what is inside of you. Your heart, your faith, your willingness to keep pushing forward even when the road was tough. He saw your spirit before the world did. He saw the way you fought through battles that no one even knew about. He saw the moments when you wanted to give up but kept going anyway. That is why He chose you. Because despite everything, you still believe. Despite every hardship, every setback, every moment of doubt, you still trust that there is something greater waiting for you. This is not the first time you felt different, is it? From a young age, you knew you didn't quite fit in with the crowd. You could sense things others didn't. You felt emotions on a deeper level. You saw through people's masks, understood things without needing them to be explained. Maybe you even tried to blend in, to silence that part of yourself, to be like everyone else. But no matter how hard you tried, you could never quite fit into the mold. That was not a mistake. That was God's way of showing you that you were set apart. The discomfort you felt in certain places, the way you never truly belonged in the spaces that others seemed so comfortable in, that was divine. It was His way of keeping you from getting too comfortable in the wrong places, from settling for a life that was less than what He had planned for you. And let's talk about the struggles, the things you've had to go through that others never even knew about. The nights you cried yourself to sleep, the moments of loneliness, the times you felt abandoned, the rejection, the betrayal, the times when people walked away from you without an explanation. It wasn't because you weren't enough. It wasn't because you were unworthy. It was because God was removing what didn't align with your destiny. He was stripping away everything that was not meant to go where you are going. When you are chosen, the process is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Because when the preparation is complete, the blessing is unstoppable. Think back on your life. Think about the moments when you should have given up, but you didn't. The times when life tried to break you, but somehow you found the strength to keep going. That wasn't by accident. That was the proof that you were being molded, refined, strengthened for something greater. Every hardship was shaping you. Every challenge was building something inside of you. You were never being abandoned. You were being prepared. God has been leading you all along, even in the moments when it felt like He was silent, even when you didn't see the way, even when you questioned why things were happening the way they were. He was guiding you. And now you are stepping into the revelation of that truth. Your spirit already knows this. That is why you are listening right now. That is why this message is resonating so deeply within you, because something inside of you has always known that there was a greater calling on your life. Something inside of you has always known that you were not meant to live an average existence. You were not created to struggle endlessly. You were not placed here just to survive. You were placed here to thrive, to elevate, to step into the fullness of everything God has prepared for you. The struggles of the past are not your future. The pain you have endured is not your destiny. You have been chosen to rise above it all, to walk in a new level of clarity, peace, and abundance. You are about to see why things happened the way they did. You are about to understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why some things did not work out. Because what is coming is greater than anything you have lost. What is ahead of you is bigger than anything you could have imagined. This is the moment when things begin to shift. This is the moment when you step into alignment with the divine plan for your life. The days of questioning, doubting, and feeling lost are over. This is your confirmation. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are walking into a season of divine fulfillment. It's time to release the past, let go of the doubts, and step fully into the person God has called you to be. This is not just another day. This is not just another message. This is the beginning of something powerful, something life-changing, something that will shape your future forever. Get ready, because the celebration is just beginning. You may not have realized it yet, but this is your moment of divine celebration. This is not just another day, it is a spiritual awakening. God has lifted you from the weight of the past and is bringing you into a new season of victory. You have spent years pushing through the struggles, trying to make sense of the difficulties, wondering when things would finally change. Now, the answer is here. The shift has already begun. You are walking into a new reality where everything that once held you back is losing its power. The chains are breaking. The doors are opening. The things that once seemed impossible are becoming effortless. And this is not by your strength alone, but by the divine hand of God moving on your behalf. You have endured much, but you have also grown much. Through every hardship, God has been refining you like gold in the fire. The experiences that once felt like burdens were actually blessings in disguise, shaping you into the strong, wise, and unstoppable person you are today. Every tear you shed was not wasted. Every painful moment was not in vain. God has been using it all, molding you, strengthening you, preparing you for what is coming next. And now He is saying, it is time. It is time to walk into your purpose. It is time to claim what has always been yours. It is time to celebrate, not because everything is perfect, but because you are stepping into the place where perfection is no longer required, only faith. God has removed the obstacles. He has cleared the path. He has positioned you for this moment of breakthrough. You are no longer walking with the burden of uncertainty. You are walking with the confidence of divine alignment. What once seemed like unanswered prayers are now revealing themselves as divine timing. What once looked like rejection was actually protection. What once felt like a delay was actually a setup for something greater, and now it is unfolding right in front of your eyes. You might have asked yourself many times, why me? Why do I always feel like I'm on a different path than everyone else? Why does my journey seem so much harder? And the answer has always been the same: because you are chosen. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to walk an easy road. You were meant to rise, to stand out, to walk in a light that only a few truly understand. And that calling comes with responsibility, with tests, with moments of refinement that only those destined for greatness can endure. But you made it. You stood the test. You kept the faith. And because of that, God is now pouring out His favor upon you in ways that will leave you speechless. The struggles that once weighed you down are now lifting you up. The setbacks that once discouraged you are now setting you up for divine elevation. You are no longer fighting for your place. You are walking in it. And as you take each step forward, blessings will follow. Opportunities will find you. Favor will chase you. Everything that was once difficult will begin to shift. The resistance that once stood in your way will crumble, not because you forced it, but because God has already declared that nothing can stand in the way of what He has planned for you. But let me remind you, being chosen is not just about receiving blessings. It is about stepping into the responsibility of who you were always meant to be. God did not choose you just to keep this revelation to yourself. He chose you to be a light, to be an example, to be a guide for others who are still searching. You carry something special inside of you, something powerful, something the world needs. And now, you are stepping into the time where you must own that calling completely. You cannot play small anymore. You cannot dim your light for the comfort of others. You cannot doubt yourself when God Himself has already confirmed that you are meant for more. The responsibility of being chosen is not one of burden, but of divine purpose. You are meant to inspire, to uplift, to bring hope to those who are still lost in the darkness. And the beauty of it is that you don't have to force it. It will flow naturally. Your presence, your energy, your very existence will become a testimony of what happens when someone fully embraces God's calling. People will be drawn to you, not because of what you have, but because of what you carry. And what you carry is the undeniable, unstoppable power of divine favor. This is your time to step fully into that role, to walk in your purpose with confidence, to let go of the doubts and the fears that once held you back. The moment you were chosen, the enemy took notice. That is why you have faced so many attacks, so much opposition, so much resistance, but none of it was enough to stop you. Because what God has placed inside of you is too strong, too powerful, too divinely designed to be defeated. The enemy may have tried to slow you down, but he could not take you out. And now you are rising, stronger than ever, unshaken, unmovable, unbreakable. The time of questioning is over. The time of hesitation is done. You are no longer standing on the edge, wondering if you are ready. You are ready. You are prepared. You have everything you need within you to walk in this calling with boldness. You do not need to seek validation from anyone. You do not need approval from those who cannot see what God has placed inside of you. The only confirmation you need has already been given from above. And that confirmation is this: you are chosen. You are anointed. You are appointed for such a time as this. And as you step into this truth, watch how everything begins to shift. Watch how the doors begin to open. Watch how the blessings start flowing effortlessly. Not because you are lucky, but because you are aligned. Not because you worked harder, but because you trusted deeper. Not because you chased after success, but because success was already destined to find you. Everything is shifting now, and all you have to do is walk in it. You have already been chosen, and now the blessings that come with that selection are unfolding before you. This is your season of overflow, your time of divine favor. The struggles that once drained you are now making way for an abundance you never thought possible. Every seed of faith you have planted, every moment of perseverance, every time you held on when it would have been easier to give up, it is all coming back to you multiplied. God is not just giving you what you lost. He is giving you more than enough. You are stepping into a life where blessings are chasing you down. where opportunities find you effortlessly, where things you once struggled for now flow into your life with ease. The doors that once seemed locked are opening. The prayers you thought were unheard are being answered in ways that exceed your expectations. The people who doubted you, who thought you would never rise, will soon have no choice but to witness what God is doing in your life. Not as a way to prove anything to them, but as a testimony of God's unfailing love and power. You are about to be a walking example of His divine provision. Every obstacle that was placed in your path is being removed. The limitations that once held you back are being lifted. There is no more room for fear, no more space for doubt. You are chosen, and nothing can take that away from you. But with great blessings come great responsibility. You are not just being elevated for your own benefit. God is blessing you so that you can be a blessing to others. Your journey, your testimony, your victories, they are not just for you. There are people connected to your destiny, people who need to see what faith looks like in action, people who need to know that if God did it for you, He can do it for them. You are being positioned as a beacon of hope, as a guide for those still searching, as a reminder that God is still in the business of miracles. Do not take this calling lightly. Do not shrink back when you are meant to shine. Do not hesitate when you are meant to lead. You may feel like you are not ready, like you do not have all the answers, like there is still too much you need to figure out. But God is not looking for perfection. He is looking for willingness. He is looking for those who will say yes, who will trust Him even when the path is unclear, who will step forward in faith even when they do not have all the details. That is why you were chosen, because despite everything, you have always had a heart that was willing to follow Him. And now, that willingness is leading you into a season where you will see His promises manifest in ways you never imagined. The enemy may try to distract you, to plant seeds of doubt, to make you question whether this is truly for you. Do not fall for it. The enemy knows that if you fully embrace who you are, if you step into your divine calling without fear, then nothing will be able to stop you. That is why he has tried so hard to keep you distracted, discouraged, and delayed. But that time is over. You are walking in a new level of authority now. You are stepping into a new season where nothing can shake what God has placed inside of you. This is your moment to rise. This is your moment to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The world has yet to see all that God has in store for you, but soon they will. And it will not be because of your own strength, but because of His divine power working in your life. Every hardship, every setback, every battle you faced was leading up to this. The suffering was temporary, but the blessings are eternal. The pain was a season, but the favor that is coming will last a lifetime. Do not look back. Do not hold on to the things that no longer serve you. Do not entertain the doubts that try to creep in. Walk forward boldly, knowing that you are covered, protected, and anointed. Everything you need is already being prepared. Every resource, every opportunity, every divine connection is aligning perfectly for this next chapter of your life. All you have to do is keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. God's plan for you is greater than you can imagine. He is taking you places you never thought you would go, opening doors you never thought would open, blessing you in ways that will leave you in awe. This is not just another moment. This is the beginning of something powerful, something transformative, something that will change the course of your life forever. You are not just stepping into a new season. You are stepping into your destiny. And as you do, remember this: you were never alone. God has been with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, preparing you for this moment. Every tear you cried, every hardship you faced, every time you wondered if you would ever see the breakthrough, it was all leading you here. And now it is time to celebrate, because you are chosen, you are favored, you are walking in divine abundance. The best is not behind you. The best is unfolding right now.